children. Stay safely at home. So I am starting the sound chapter again. Already I discussed in the earlier lecture that what are the differences between forced vibration and resonant vibration. Alright. Now I will discuss today the examples of resonant vibration. Now few examples are very important for your board exam. So that I will discuss first and then I will discuss the less important the examples of resonance later on. Okay. Now consider first this example. Suppose there is a string. From the string you have suspended two pendulum. Let us name it as A and B. And here what we have taken, that length of A and length of B, they are equal. Effective length of A and effective length of B, they are equal. So you see, if the effective length are equal, then what will happen? Frequency of A and frequency of B, they should be equal. Now you have suspended from the same string two more pendulums. One is shorter than A and one is longer than A, and we are naming it as C and D. Alright, this is the most favorite question of the board examiner. So that's why just listen to it and I'll tell you how to write the answer point wise also. So all the four are connected, joined together by a string. Now what you have done, by the string you are vibrating the string perpendicular to A and then you set A into oscillation. Clear what I said? A is set into oscillation by just vibrating the common string. Let us name it as XY, the common string XY. Okay. Now the thing is, what will happen to BCD? What kind of vibration BCD will have and why? Why they will show that kind of vibration. So let us first consider B. Alright, what will be the observation regarding B? You will observe that B will vibrate first with smaller amplitude, but slowly the amplitude of vibration of B will increase, and one time will become come that amplitude of vibration of B will become maximum. Alright, now the question is why it is so. So you see why B is vibrating, because A is forcing B to vibrate. So what kind of vibration B is having? Forced vibration. But one point is here that frequency of A, frequency of B, they are equal. So what will happen? B will be in resonance, alright, and B will vibrate with maximum amplitude. So how to write the point? You will write B will have resonant vibration. What kind of vibration B will have? B will have resonant. I have written VIB, you must write down the full term. So B will have resonant vibration. Now why B will have resonant vibration? You must write down this as frequency of A and frequency of B equal. Then within bracket mention their lengths are equal. That's why frequency equal. So what you can write, that natural frequency of A, is that clear? Means natural frequency of the vibrating body is equal to frequency of applied force. Why I am saying this? Because in this case, who is setting the others in vibration? A. So A is applying the force. So you can write frequency of applied force or frequency of A. Is that clear? So if any question come related with the vibration with this example, then this is the way point wise you must write down the answer. These are the points you need to specify in your answer. Underline this. This is resonant vibration, and also underline natural frequency of A is equal to frequency of the applied force. Now there may be associated question with this example. What is the other associated question? What kind of vibration C and D will have? Here you see C and D, as they are connected with A, so C and D will also vibrate. Okay, so C and D will have forced vibration. So you can write what? C and D will have forced vibration. Alright, but they will never have the resonant vibration. Why they will never have the resonant vibration? Because frequency of D and frequency of C is not at all equal to frequency of A. So they will have forced vibration, and their amplitude of vibration will be less than the amplitude of vibration of A. Is that clear? Frequency of vibration as well as amplitude of vibration. Better you should mention the frequency also. That frequency of vibration of C and D, frequency of vibration of C and D will be less than frequency of vibration of A, because they will have forced vibration, they will not have the resonant vibration. And another point that you don't have to mention in your answer, what you will observe, that when the amplitude of vibration B will increase, then amplitude of vibration of A will decrease. Then what will happen? One time will come, B will vibrate with the maximum amplitude, A will vibrate with the minimum amplitude. Then again the reverse thing will happen. Then amplitude of vibration of B will decrease, amplitude of vibration of A will increase. Why? Because A and B, when they will vibrate, as they are in resonance, they will share their energy among them. Okay, so this is an important example for board exam. The diagram along with these 2 points as I wrote on the board, kindly copy it in the notebook and also learn and remember it, because this is the most important example. Next example is resonance in machine parts. I hope everybody is having this experience when you are going anywhere by a motorcycle. Then you will observe that when the motorcycle runs with certain speed, then suddenly the the movable parts, or especially the mirror in front of the driver, it starts vibrating vigorously with a rattling sound. Alright, so now the question is why it happens. And you can nowadays, this also you will observe that when thundering takes place, sometimes it happens that when the thundering is taking place, the windows and doors, they also vibrate vigorously and with a rattling sound is produced. I hope everybody has experienced this one. Now the question is why it happens. And as I said, this is also important for your board exam, this example. Now if you consider the motorcycle or any vehicle, then what happens? There is the engine which runs the vehicle, and in the engine there is a piston. Now the piston, what it does, it just moves in and out with certain frequency. Alright, and the frequency of motion of the piston, which we consider as the frequency of the engine, it depends on the speed of the vehicle. When the speed of the vehicle changes, then frequency of vibration of the engine, means that piston part I am talking about, it also changes. So what happens? And you know that any movable parts, it can vibrate, and when it can vibrate, always it will vibrate with its natural frequency. So when it happens that when the frequency of vibration of the movable part, as I have given the example of the mirror in front of the driver, it becomes equal to the frequency of the piston within the engine, then what happens? Resonance takes place, and the mirror, it starts vibrating vigorously with a rattling sound. Alright, so what is the observation? That at a particular speed of the vehicle, what happens? The movable parts of the vehicle start vibrating vigorously with a rattling sound. So I am not writing this long thing, I am just saying verbally, you please note it down. I am saying that you please note it down, whatever I am saying verbally. So you start noting down that when the vehicle moves with a particular speed, then the movable parts within bracket mirror, rear view mirror, starts vibrating vigorously and a rattling sound is produced. This is the observation. I repeat, when the vehicle moves at a particular speed, then the movable parts of the vehicle starts vibrating vigorously with a rattling sound. This is the observation. Alright, what is the cause? So put a second asterisk. This we have written in the first asterisk, and put the second asterisk and write down, this happens due to resonance. Alright, what will be the second point? You will write down that this happens due to resonance. Alright, then write down the third point. What will be the third point? When the natural frequency of the movable part. I repeat, this is the most important part of the answer. That when the natural frequency, underline natural frequency, when the natural frequency of the movable part becomes equal to the frequency of vibration of the piston within the engine, within bracket, write down frequency of the applied force, okay, resonance takes place. I repeat, when the natural frequency of vibration of the movable part, underline natural frequency, becomes equal to frequency of vibration of the piston within the engine, then within bracket write down frequency of the applied force becomes equal, or I have said already becomes equal, then don't write it, resonance takes place. Alright, so this is the what kind of question you may get, that what is the name of the phenomena, already mentioned in the second point. Then what is the cause, that is also mentioned in the third point. And what is the observation, that is also mentioned. Then there is one more associate question with this example, that how you can stop the rattling sound. How you can stop the rattling sound? Just by changing the speed of the vehicle. When the speed of the vehicle changes, then frequency of the piston no longer becomes equal to the natural frequency of vibration of the movable parts. So resonance does not take place and rattling sound stops. Clear, girls? So as I am saying that this is another important example for board exam. So whatever I have said verbally, please you note it down properly in your copy. The next important example is resonance in suspension bridge. Now if you can suspension bridge, I hope you know, from the term only you can make out a bridge which is suspended between 2 points. Means when you are considering the suspension bridge, below the bridge there is no support. Now when a troop of soldiers, they cross a suspension bridge, always they are asked to break their steps, because you know always the troop of soldiers in a rhythm they take their steps. I hope you know, left right, that way they take the steps. So but when the troop of soldiers crosses a suspension bridge, they are always asked to just break the steps. Now the question is, why they are asked to break the steps? This is the cause. If the frequency of their steps becomes equal to the natural frequency of vibration of the suspension bridge, then resonance will take place. And then just think of it, what will happen? The suspension bridge along with the troop of soldier within that will start vibrating vigorously with a larger amplitude, which may cause an accident, means the bridge may break also. That's why always the troop of soldiers are asked to break their steps while crossing the bridge. So how to write the answer? You will write down the answer. This way, the troop of soldiers, when they cross a bridge, they are asked to break their steps as, then next point, that is the most important point, as if the frequency of the steps of soldiers becomes equal to the natural frequency of vibration of the suspension bridge, then resonance will take place. Alright, then next point, as a result the bridge will vibrate vigorously with a larger amplitude. Then next point, which may cause the damage or the breaking of the bridge. Means accident may takes place. That's why the soldiers are asked to break their steps while crossing the bridge. So what is the most important part? That you must mention that resonance takes place. The term resonance should be there, and it should be written that frequency of the steps of soldiers becomes equal to natural frequency of vibration of the suspension bridge. Next one, next example is resonance in musical instrument. Now, you know that musical instrument, if you consider, it may be a stretched string instrument or it may be a membrane instrument. Always you will see it is always set into a hollow box. Okay, the hollow box may be made by any earthen pot, or it may be made of a wooden one. Okay, so it means there is always a hollow box attached with the musical instrument. Now the question is why it is so? Because if you only consider the stretched string or the membrane, and if you set them into vibration, then the what I can say, the amplitude of vibration as well as the sound produced due to the vibration of the stretched string or membrane, it will be so faint that nobody will be able to hear it. So that's why what is done, it is set on a hollow wooden or earthen box. Alright. So actually what is done, in the hollow wooden box air is trapped. Alright. Now it is made in such a manner that the natural frequency of vibration of air trapped within it, it is equal to vibration, natural frequency of vibration of the stretched string. Means the frequency of vibration of air when they are forced to vibrate equal to the natural frequency of the string attached to it or the membrane attached to it. Then what will happen? Then resonance will take place. As a result, what will happen? A louder sound will be produced. That's why in a musical instrument always a hollow box provided. So what are the points you are supposed to mention, that is must, the key word in your answer, that so that it is done, means hollow box is provided so that resonance takes place and a louder sound is produced. This is the first point, means the term resonance and the louder sound should be present in your answer. Then second point, why? Then you should write down this way, that frequency of vibration of the stretched string or the membrane is equal to frequency of vibration of the air enclosed within the hollow box. Alright, so these are the 2 points should be there in the answer of your question, means in your answer. Next example is resonance tube. This apparatus you will use in higher classes. You have to do experiment with it. I have drawn a rough sketch. You don't have to draw the diagram. Just understand the physics behind the resonance tube. In a resonance tube, what is there? A metallic cylinder is there and there is a water reservoir. What is this? This is a water reservoir. And these two are interconnected by a pipe. Now you see, when you will fill up the water reservoir, then definitely water will come here, but you just observe it. There will be an air column above the water column within this metallic cylinder. Alright, and you just see, if you take the water reservoir up, then what will happen? The water column here, water reservoir, if you take it up, then water column here, it will come down. And if you take the water reservoir down, then what will happen? Here the level of water column, it will increase. Alright. Now, why it is known as resonance tube? Because by this instrument, with the help of the phenomena resonance, one can find out what is the speed of sound in air, as well as you can find out the unknown frequency of a tuning fork. Now you know that tuning fork, it is having 2 prongs and there is a handle. So if you just strike the tuning fork in a rubber pad, then the fork will vibrate with its natural frequency. Now you just observe it. If you hold the vibrating tuning fork here just above the air column, then the tuning fork will produce forced vibration within the air column. Is that clear? Now when the frequency, now what you are doing, how you will do the experiment, you just change the length of the air column. Then you will observe that, and every time after changing the length of the air column, you hold the vibrating tuning fork above it. Then what you will observe, for certain length of air column, a louder frequency sound, louder sound will be heard. Is that clear? Now why the louder sound you can hear? Because resonance takes place. Now the question is, why resonance takes place? Because the resonance takes place due to the fact that frequency of vibration of the tuning fork becomes equal to frequency of vibration of the air column. I hope you have understood what I said. For particular length of the air column, what you will observe, a louder sound. Alright. Now, why the louder sound is produced? Resonance takes place. Alright. Why resonance? Frequency of vibration of the tuning fork becomes equal to frequency of vibration of the air column. That's why resonance takes place. Now let us consider, I am not drawing the entire diagram, only the enclosed air I am drawing. Okay, just you imagine that the rest of the part is there. Now let us consider when the length of the air column is L1 and when you are holding, then you are getting the resonance. You are hearing the louder sound. So L1 is the length for first resonance. Alright, now what you are doing? Again you just decrease the water column. This is water, remember. And here, who is vibrating? Water is not vibrating. The air above water is vibrating. So when the length is L1, then you are getting, suppose, first resonance. Then you will observe that if you just decrease the water column, then for a second length of water column, again a louder sound will be produced. So L2 is the length for second resonance. Alright. L2 is what? Length for second resonance. Now the most important part is, you will observe that L2 is almost thrice the length of L1. Alright, so this is the information you have to remember for resonance tube, because question come on this concept only. That what is the relation between length of the second resonance and length for the first resonance? It is L2 is equal to 3L1. Second resonating length is almost thrice the first resonating length. Now you consider the example of this one. Question number 29 in your book. So what is given in question number 29? There are 4 identical test tubes, each of length 20 centimeter. I have shown it in the diagram. Now length of water column in A is 12 centimeter, length of water column in B is 14 centimeter, length of water column in C is 16 centimeter, and length of water column in D is 18 centimeter. And it is given when a tuning fork is, you are holding a tuning fork above D, then louder sound is produced. Is that clear? Now, the question is, if you hold the same vibrating tuning fork above B, C and A, what will be the observation? Alright. So, how you can do it? First of all, in this case for D, what is the length of the air column, vibrating air column? Find it out. What is the length of the vibrating air column? It is 2 centimeter. Alright. Now, in the same manner as there is no, there is space, so I am writing here. 2 centimeter is the length of the air column. Then for C, what is the length of air column? 4 centimeter. For B, what is the length of air column? 6 centimeter. For A, what is the length of the air column? 8 centimeter. Is that clear? Now we have to apply this concept. So you see, if you hold the same tuning fork above C, forced vibration will take place. Okay. Will there be resonance? No. Why no resonance? Because you see 4 is twice of 2 centimeter. Isn't it? Double of 2. Clear? But what is the second resonating length? Second resonating is thrice the first resonating length. Is that clear? So first resonating length is 2 centimeter. So here you write down. This is the first resonating length. Is that clear? So you see what will be the second resonating length? Second resonating length is how much? L2. 3L1 means it will be 6 centimeter, isn't it? Better to write here the relation 3L1 equal to 6 centimeter. So you see, when you will hold the vibrating tuning fork above B, then what will happen? Second resonance will take place and the louder sound will be produced. But when you will hold the tuning fork above A, then what will happen? Forced vibration will take place, but there will be no resonance, no louder sound. Is that clear? So how to write down the answer? This is the first thing you will write, that for D, L1 first resonating length is 2 centimeter. Therefore, second resonating length L2 is equal to 3L1 is equal to 6 centimeter. This one you will write. Then what you will write? Therefore, when the vibrating, after that what I am saying now, please note it down point wise. Write down that for B, when the tuning fork will be held above B, resonance will take place, louder sound will be produced. Alright, then for C and for A, you write down that when the tuning fork will be held above the water column, above the air column, then forced vibration will take place, but no resonance and no louder sound will be produced. I repeat, how to write? For B, resonance will take place, alright, as L2, second resonating length L2, 3L1, 6 centimeter. Clear? So the term resonance should be there for B. Then for A and C, what you will write? For A and C, forced vibration will take place. No resonance, no louder sound will be produced. Alright. So this is also another very important question for your board exam. So everyone should learn and prepare it. Then the last example of resonance is resonance in TV and radio receivers. You know that in TV and radio, when you want to get the different channels, then what you do, that you change the channels, you tune it. Alright. So tuning means what? Just understand it. You are catching the audio signal or what I can say video signal, all comes in the form of electromagnetic wave, and they are having some certain frequency. Means in general what I can say, the incoming signal that you want to catch, want to observe in radio or television, that is having certain frequency. Alright. Clear to everyone? The incoming signal having some certain frequency. Now, within the TV and radio receiver, there is an LCS circuit. The physics in details you will learn in the higher classes. I am just telling little bit. There is an LCS circuit which is known as the tuning circuit. Alright. This tuning circuit also has certain frequency. Is that clear? So you see, I am talking about, you know that whenever resonance takes place, there should be two frequencies which should match with each other. So in case of resonance in TV and radio receiver, what are the two frequencies? Frequency of incoming signal. Alright. So frequency of incoming signal, which is the another frequency? Frequency of tuning circuit. Alright. Now, or sometimes we call it as receiver circuit also. So these two frequency, when they become equal, then what happens, this LCR circuit, it can catch the signal, it can pass the signal through it. Alright, the details of physics, as I said, in higher classes you will study. Now you just concentrate on this point. Alright, so what will happen when the frequency of the incoming signal becomes equal to frequency of the tuning circuit, then resonance takes place, and in this case, as it is an electrical resonance, so unlike the mechanical resonance, you will not hear a louder sound. Rather, what will happen, the receiver circuit will catch the signal and allow the signal to pass through it, and you will be observed the program of that particular channel in radio and TV. Is that clear? So how to write down the answer, what are the important keywords you have to write in the exam, that resonance will take place. So the term resonance should be there. Resonance will take place when frequency of incoming signal becomes equal to frequency of the tuning circuit. Then what will happen? The receiver circuit will receive that particular signal and pass through it. Is that clear? So that's all about the resonance, examples of resonance, and all the examples I have discussed in this lecture, very important for your board exam. Frequently questions are there, so please do learn. And as I mentioned, the important points while writing your answer, that also you note it down in your answer in your copy. Thank you, girls.